do you feel like it's possible to express that love and that positivity? There are some people like to say like the good vibrations, you know. Some people, I mean, I don't want to sound ignorant on this. I know it might not be too scientific. We do have brainwaves. We do have actual frequencies. I don't know how real it is where you can have a vibration that's felt by other people, but we are very social creatures, and we have like intuition and, like, so to speak, figurative antennas that we can pick up on, body cues and
Micro expressions
yeah,
of your
yeah.
face.
Like, it's weird. Like, maybe like I don't have an actual antenna sticking out of my head, and you're not projecting, a frequency emitted in some kind of, you know, radiating light, some photons coming out of you. But there's
Yeah.
definitely an energy in the form of physical and auditory, expression.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Auditory is huge. Like your voice tone can tell you a
dude.
lot. And there, yeah, it's not like you're sitting there holding a sign that says "I'm angry." Like, no, man.
Right.
It's like it's the combination of your body language, your vocal tone, and your micro expressions in your face that, like, somebody will walk up to you one day and, like, you're in your head and you're like, "Damn, I'm fucking angry," but you're putting on that fake smile, like you're trying, and even though you're still trying, people will come up to you. Are you mad, bro? Like, is everything okay? And you're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, but it's like you're frustrated because they saw right through your BS
Sure,
act
sure,
that you're
sure.
like,
Right.
you know what I'm talking about. It's like you're like really trying to hold it together, and
Oh
like
man.
you just got in a fight with somebody before you showed up to work. It's like, nah, bro, you can't even hide it, dog.
Someone just cut you off, and then you
Yeah,
got rear-ended, and there's a whole like lore of the 30 minutes it took you to get to work, and then when you walk in, you have to just be like, "Hi, how are you?" Dude,
and then your
it's hard.
boss
I
is like,
totally
is
get
everything okay?
it. Right? It's really, that's a great point. It's hard in the professional structure sometimes to be able to categorize and then compartmentalize in a way that allows you to maintain professionalism. And I think it's totally important for everyone to be able to master that. We can go back and talk about it, meditation. We can talk about habits and all that, but just having the self-awareness to be able to recognize how you're feeling, why you're feeling it, can actually help you maybe like break that down
And
and
have a
address
safe
it.
place to express those emotions.
Right, right. And you might be able to do that in a healthy way versus just like bottling up and, like you said, just like having that fake smile,
Yeah,
and you're just like,
yeah.
I'm in Spain without the S. you know
True, true.
Sometimes you can actually, address these things and kind of come to terms with it in a way that doesn't allow you to project bad vibes. And it's funny you mentioned the auditory, or there are frequencies in sound, so I guess good vibes and bad vibes can be literally translated into voice tonality as well.
Through the Pygmalion effect, because we're going to try and act in ways that others would perceive as positive.
Dude, you know that I when I'm working as a dental assistant, when I wake up in the morning, I go to work, and I'm just assisting the whole day, my voice tends to stay like at a pretty neutral level. But if I have to work the front desk that day, and I have to like answer phones, talk to people, my voice actually gets higher. By the end of the day, I'm like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" Like, it's like much more animated and higher pitch, and it's like, because that's what I feel like people want to hear. They don't want to be like, "Hey, how you doing? This is the dental office. You got an appointment coming up. Please confirm. Call this number. Yada yada." It's like, you know. And in fact, I've had people I pick up. "Hey, how are you doing? This is yada yada, and we're calling to confirm your appointment." They're like, "What? I can't hear you." And then as soon as I change it to like, "Hi, how are you doing? My name is Renee, and we're coming from Bing 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 Bing, and we want to make sure that you're taking your medication, or how you feeling after your extraction yesterday."
Yeah.
And I bring that tone up, and then they respond to it, positively. Um, and that's because, as a dental assistant, the only person I'm talking to is the dentist. Really, I mean, I do talk to the patient as well, but it's more one-on-one. It's also in person, so unless they have a hearing aid or something, I could just talk to them casually, and kind of, I do send out good vibes even in the deep voice, not so much the high-pitched voice. But I feel
Yeah.
like it's more personable, and I could be more myself when I'm in the back as a dental assistant, talking with the patient on the dental chair, and having like good bedside manner, versus on the phone. Not saying I'm being fake when I'm front desk compared to when I'm in the back, but it's definitely like, a persona that you have to encompass in order to be received well. It's very, it's just something that in my experience that I've noticed when I spend all day up there. I can tell that my voice is higher pitched by the end of the day versus if I'm not doing that. My voice will kind of maintain neutral at my base level. I probably do it here sometimes when I'm talking to you because I feel like I get subconscious about the mic's not picking up my voice. I gotta be like this now. Hello.
So there's some evolutionary psychology and biology behind that. I mean, basically, speaking in a high pitched voice comes across as less intimidating to others.
Hmm.
It portrays less dominance. It portrays like a friendly, open approach versus somebody who comes in like, "Yo, what's up, man? Like, you trying to like it that like a lower voice conveys like more dominance, more intimidation, that sort of thing. So what you're talking about is a totally it's funny, it's a researched phenomenon, um, and it's perceived as more friendly when you come in like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. No, I definitely, I only get, unless they have a hearing aid, because this happened before, but unless they have a hearing aid, I feel like with men, I could be like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, please fill out this paperwork and then we'll see you in just a few moments, okay? Thank you. Like, I can keep my natural tone and it's received fine. Whereas, like, with women, I have to be like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, please fill out this paperwork, go ahead and sign in, and we'll see you in just about 5 minutes. I had to, like, be more like, may I take your head, sir?
Yeah, yeah,
And they're like, okay, yeah. Versus if you just
yeah.
be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna
Hey,
need to sit down in the waiting room for a minute
I'm gonna need a boneless pizza
with a 2 liter Coke.
with 2 little coke.
Yeah,
Yo,
we're out of 2 liter Coke right now, but I got 1 liter.